Italian Sicilians do it better. Oh, can't you see? From cooking to comedy, it's pure family. Turn it up, this groove's for you. Queens in the house, bringing something true.
What? Action!
Zitti 2 minuti. So, guys, how great was that dinner tonight?
No, it was good.
Right?
Good.
I need help staying up.
So, G, we went to Pizza Classica. Big shout out to those guys.
Yep.
Food's phenomenal. I don't think we were
I
gonna
know, I
make
was
it home.
there.
You weren't there. You weren't there.
Yeah, I was there.
I wanted to walk home.
You know the one thing I missed from that place was the upside down.
The upside down Sicilian, right?
Yeah, I don't really get that here. You know,
No.
the pizza here has gotten very good, but I haven't. I mean, when I have to make pizza, normally I just do it here with the oven we have. But when we go out for pizza, it's not like I can get an upside down here.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you request it. Do they take requests? Like you go in there, be like, all right, guy, just stay with me for a second. Get me the Sicilian tray. All right? Just stick with me.
Just take the whole metal tray back from the airport.
Yeah,
Like, I'll guide
like
you
do me
through
a
it.
favor, give me the dough, let me make it.
I got one more shout out. I want to shout out Benny. Because every time I go there, just got minchia for me. Say, when are you going to tell me what's up during the podcast? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you, Benny. Next time, treat me like a person, put me in the dining room. Pezzi gornoso.
Benny!
It's just all jokes. Love you, bro.
Yeah, man, he's awesome. Benny's awesome, man.
What do you got going
Anthony's
on?
here.
Yeah, Anthony's here. He's awesome. Bro,
What's up, guys?
been a while.
I know it's been a while.
But that's
I'm
how
here.
it is.
I'm here now.
There you go.
I kidnapped Anthony today. He's here. As always, he delivered so many goodies that we're going to... You want to explain a little bit of the stuff you brought? Because it was just too much to swallow.
Not for me, though.
Well, some cannolis, some cartocci, some cassata, some bomboloni.
Dude, you got to see these bombolonis you bought. They're this big.
Yeah.
And the stuffing is just coming out of it.
Ashby. G, you know what a bombolone is, right?
That's that whore that lives down the block.
No, that's a bombina. No, the bombolone is like the donut. It's the
donut.
it's the donut.
It's a filled donut with cream.
Like
You
a
know,
Boston cream.
Like a Boston cream, but
Sort
a
of.
lot better.
Bigger.
Yeah. Dude, they're like this. They're like this big. They're huge.
How
Yeah,
dare
they're
you
big.
compare it to Boston cream?
He compared it to Boston cream.
I got no. I mean, I was just trying to get a gif for what you guys were talking about. But they have a Italian St. Lucie bakery over here, and surprisingly amazing. I got a couple St. Joseph's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what good is anymore. It's been so long I haven't had it from there. So I have it here. And I'm like, oh, it's beautiful.
Poor kid.
He's been locked in a basement somewhere.
Because I don't know if the pizza's gotten better or I've been having it for so long.
You're just used to it.
It's just is what it is.
You
yeah.
you got that Stockholm syndrome when you got the kidnapping, then you start, with your kidnapping, you're like, oh, I love him. That's you in Florida.
Maybe every time you come
But
back to New
everywhere
York,
here
you
in Port
reset.
St. Lucie, every pizzeria is run by people from Brooklyn and Queens and
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't walked into a pizza shop here that people are like from Florida.
Yeah, they're all migrants.
That's what it is, really.
Yeah.
They're all immigrants from New York. Is
There you
that-
go. Florida is New York 2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe the pizza did get better, and I just, maybe
let me
they
go
did
out
bring
there.
whatever it was.
Shpe, let me go out there. I'll do the comparison, and then if it's no good, I throw it at your head, and then we know it's no good no more.
Have you yet found the bagel out there compared to New York bagels?
I think I spoke to Marcus about this before.
Yeah.
I haven't even walked into a bagel shop yet.
And that was from, and
Been
we
here-
talked about that
been
months
here
ago.
4 years ago. Yeah,
Right. That's
4
why I'm
years, I
asking,
haven't
have you
walked
found
into a
one
bagel
yet?
shop.
I'm guessing you're staying strong on that one.
Nah, I'm not even gonna.
Is it
bother.
because there's no more room for disappointment? What is it? Like, why won't you just do it?
I just don't like. I haven't had it in that long, so the next time I'm in New York, I'll have my bagel. I don't even want to try.
You know what? I think it's good.
You understand? When I first moved here,
Yeah.
I went to some place in Orlando, and my first time I had pizza called Big Apple Pizza. So I'm like, oh, it can't be that far, dude. It was so bad, I had a headache. Like immediately had a migraine when I ate it, and I didn't feel good until I got home. I threw up and I went to bed.
Homeschool remedies. Love them. That was the one thing that everyone told you. Gee, if you don't feel good, just throw up and go to bed. You'll be fine.
Or there's other remedies that I patate desta.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
Mangia patata. Get the hell out of here.
You should put it in pere.
Yeah, but it really
I
don't
heard of that
really
one
work.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you're done, you make a salad, they munch.
There you go.
Cularanch.
Cularanch.
Oh, when your stomach hurts, you would have aqua d'oro, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But even then, like that never really worked for me. That's why I stopped doing it because I'm just tasting bitter water. I was like, "The fuck is this? It's not doing anything." Never really settled my stomach or anything.
I actually like the flavor. with a little bit of
You
sugar.
do like that flavor?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you see them all out
You
there.
put a
I
little
did. I
lemon-
do
lemon
like it, but I
peel
have
in
to
there.
put like a pound of sugar.
Yeah, that doesn't help your stomach, dude. You're not supposed to have any sugar.
You hear Anthony said lemon peel.
Yeah, you put lemon peel in it.
lemon peel
Where?
with the
In-
bay
in
leaf.
the aqua
With la
d'oro?
loro, yeah.
I call it l'acqua lorda. That's it.
You know, there's so many things my grandmother, that they brought over traditionally
Yeah.
that we still do today. It's just crazy. And you know what else I was thinking? It was like my mother and my father are no longer around, but they're like the last of the generation who came here from Italy. After they're gone, Luca can't even say, like I can say, my parents are from Italy.
Mhm.
So my son can't, like, I feel like that generation's going to lose now once my son gets older and he starts understanding.
Well, go
Like
to
my
Italy.
mother was the last generation.
Go to Italy, come back, and then Lucas say, "My dad came from Italy." There you go. It's a quick flight.
No, I'm being serious. Like, you see all these people, second generation, third generation, and they call themselves Italian, which
Yeah.
is fine. I love that people are proud. But like, Frank, when you think of your kids, that's going to be the situation. Is they're going to say, I'm a second generation.
Well, tell me
from-
if this
from
makes sense. This is how I see this. At one point, I guess between the 60s and the 80s, there was a lot of people moving into New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or into the US. So there's a lot of firstborn generations here in the US.
Yeah.
I think that dramatically slowed down.
Yeah.
So I think even if our kids grow up and say, "Hey, my dad's parents came from Italy," I still think it's like a holy crap how close it is, because I feel like as the years go on, I think that's just gonna separate. I don't think it renews. You know what I'm trying
Right.
to say? I don't see families coming back here.
They're gonna be the ones that we fight now. You know what I'm saying?
pretty much.
Well, the third generation. What are you? But that's gonna be them soon. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
They need to make fun of me.
Yeah,
They make fun of me.
yeah.
it's a vicious cycle.
It was just a crazy thought. Like all the stories that I have about, how they got here and all that's going to go when they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like any story that I have left would be from my mother. And when that's done,
That's it.
like the stories end. Like, and that just kind of messed with me the other day when I was thinking
Really?
about
Did it
that.
really?
Yeah, it
That's
did.
crazy.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I think that if a kid that's in their teens now in Italy comes here, or Sicily, or wherever in Italy, they come here, when they're 25 or whatever, and they start a life here, it's not going to be the same for them when our ancestors came here.
Right.
It's going to be different.
There's been a lot of improvement.
They won't have the same.
No.
It'll be different.
Yeah.
Mentality's different,
Also, I feel like we kept a lot of the old school traditions. Meanwhile, I feel like the people in Italy, they kind of evolved into different things, but we're still holding
Exactly.
close what our parents were familiar with at the time when
Yeah.
they left.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
that's
stuck
what I
at time zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to explain in one of my episodes. It's like, oh, we're trying to keep it old school. Oh, we're trying to keep it real. But technically, if we, who learned off our grandparents or parents
From the 80s,
60s,
for 70s, 80s. Yeah.
we go to Italy, we are outdated.
Yes.
We are kind of made fun of.
Too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
vecchie.
Questo stiamo dando fine.
I have an unpopular opinion I'll bring up.
Is it
So,
really unpopular? Because if it's really bad, I
It-
might be a fan.
I already know it's an unpopular opinion.
Okay, what is it?
I was watching The Godfather 1 and 2 this week.
Why is everyone watching
You
both of
found
them.
6 hours.
I found, dude,
And you can't
I
find
was at
2
work.
minutes to
I
call
found
me.
6 hours.
Desonorado.
And I feel like when you watch that movie,
Mhm.
you have to understand and appreciate when it was made, because I would never watch it again. I was so disappointed when I watched the first two. Now, again, I loved it when I was a teen, and now I rewatched it and I don't like it.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I think that when you first watched it, that first sight of what the movie is, its meaning, everything behind it, it hit a lot harder versus now that you're older, you understand how these things work. Because when you're younger, you don't get the jokes that you get now, kind of situation. So you don't appreciate it when you were younger. Now that you're older, you're seeing these things, you're like, yeah, this is I'm kind of over it.
The biggest part about the first movie was that there was a horse head on the bed. And I was in the first 15 minutes. And then it was 2 hours of just nothing
Conversation.
before he dies, the Don dies at the end. And it was just, I just didn't like it.
He
And
was
I
about
hate
to say
saying
terrible. He was about to say that. I heard Pat, and then he
I
stopped.
just don't see what he sees. I think it's a great film.
You know what it is? There's
you know
not
what?
a lot
Don't
of action.
rewatch it then, bro.
There's not a lot of action. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of not mystery. There's a lot of drama, like, talking wise. Nowadays, we're saturated with action, shooting, going here, going there. Even the mafia movies now that are made now, there's a lot more action in it than there was for The Godfather or those other movies. You have to be engaged. It needs to be more engaging now because we have attention spans of guppies.
But I feel like The Godfather, if anybody had to compare anything to the real mafia, The Godfather
Was the closest thing.
was the closest realist thing. Because if you look at the show that they made on Paramount,
Yes.
right, that they actually
Offer.
break down the movie,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
crazy
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
how the mafia got involved to stop the movie because how accurate it was going.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, it was telling that story.
Yes. I understand what he's saying, though. I do. Because even I think at
Vito
one
Antonini
point...
is real.
But that's what I was
Bro,
saying.
I have 20 minutes left of part 2. I don't even think I want to watch part 3.
The fact that you paused it means you're done. I'm going to be
The
honest
last
with
20
you.
minutes is the best part.
No, I had to stop because I had to drive home.
You had to drive home.
I'm gonna finish it, but I don't think I'm gonna watch part 3.
But that's why I was saying, like, a while ago, like, the fact that all these movies that we've been, Casino, Goodfellas, all this stuff, like, I'm kind of over them. That's my opinion. I'm over, like, I don't have that love that other people have for them. I just don't have it. I used to. But again, watching it, appreciating it at the first time, totally. Watching it now, it's kind of like, I just
feel like they've made so many better mafia movies.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just really feel that way. And I always thought Godfather, #1. And then I was ranking all these other movies.
Come
But
on,
then
guys,
just recently,
come
when I went
on.
back, bro,
The
when I went back,
Godfather
Frank, I'm
came out
telling
in
you.
the 70s. For the 70s, that was the.
But that's why I said you have to, if anybody's gonna watch it today in 2025 for the first time, you have to appreciate it for the time
Right.
it was filmed.
But a lot of people
Exactly.
don't.
Because
a lot of
It's
people
like-
don't.
I
it's like-
guarantee you-
It's like you're saying, I'm disappointed that Sonny died because if you had an easy pass, you wouldn't have got gunned down
Right.
today.
Dude, it was just not good, man. I hate saying it. I'm sorry. It just, Frank, I don't know when's the last time you watched it, but don't watch it because you'll disappoint yourself. It's not
I
good.
watched it, and not even too long.
I'm going to
ago.
tell you what the real problem is. Frankie Viqueredo. So he likes all the old movies.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that's why you like it more.
È che fatto?
If I'm vecchio, then you're.
Io sono antico proprio. Sono un fossile.
I'm telling no, it's totally different. And that's the thing. And you're right. You have to appreciate it from the time that it's at, but you're asking a lot of people who don't have that appreciation. Like art majors would appreciate it. Some Joe Schmo off the street, probably not.
All right. What do you guys feel about that new film that's coming out called The Alto Man? Is it the
Alto Man.
You know, I have to rewatch that trailer, but I saw that De Niro is actually he's playing 2 different characters
Or is it 3?
in that film.
The
I
fuck?
don't know. I thought it was 2. I got to rewatch it.
I
don't even really know what's it about. Do you?
It's
I don't
it's
even know
about
what it
it's
is.
about the mafia, and he plays. I think it's 2 or 3 different people,
How does he play 2 to 3 different people?
just like the Nutty Professor. Eddie Murphy plays 4.
They run out of actors. They had to get the same Viqueredo to follow the tree. I don't understand.
It's called acting.
I understand that, but come on.
He took 3 salaries.
He took 3 paid salaries. I don't know.
Apparently, that movie was in the works since the 70s. That film was written way back then, and it hasn't gotten made until now.
That-
That's what I saw in an interview with De Niro. But That's all I know.
So they shelved
I
it
didn't
for
even see
40
the trailer.
years.
I have no idea what's it
Wow.
about.
Well, why would you shelve it for 40 years and then all of a sudden want to bust it out? Like, that doesn't make sense to
Pretty
me.
sure it's 50 years.
I'm sorry. We're sitting with a math major. I forgot. My bad.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to make it. I have no
Or
idea.
maybe they were waiting
But
for the
I don't
right
even
time.
know
I'm
it's a-
sure
I don't know.
now, how much easier to make a film.
It's more expensive now. I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's
Look how
easier.
fast movies are coming out.
Yeah, I
When I
guess.
was young, right, when VHS was around,
Yeah.
tell me if I'm wrong, but when a movie came out, I feel like I didn't get the tape
Oh, no, for years.
until like a year and a half later.
No, sometimes more.
It was a big deal too.
Today, they just finished filming Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
3 months ago, 4 months ago. It's coming out in June, for God's sake.
It's all digital now.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so much easier.
But you're just talking about distribution. You're not talking about the actual filming and setup.
That's
and
easy too.
So it's easy, just more expensive.
Okay, I won't say easy. There's graphics now. It's more computer work, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's more digital. You can
Right.
get more stuff. I get it. I
More
understand.
advanced.
But still, it's like, but you're paying for that. And
Yeah.
I guess we're due for a good mafia movie, right? That's been a while since
This
one
should-
came out.
You want to watch a good
When's
mafia
the last good one
movie
that
on
came out?
Sicilian?
Like,
What?
It's called El Capo de Capi.
Capo de copy.
El Capo de Capi. Yes.
All right.
I've seen it.
Yes.
You saw it? What'd you think?
It's a great movie. It's all.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. on
when
my
did it come out?
Years ago.
Another good one
Years
is
ago.
The Sicilian, the story about Salvatore Giuliano
Mm.
in Sicily. How he was considered like Robin Hood. He would steal from the rich to
give it
feed
to
the poor
poor.
in Sicily, and he grew his own mafia. They called it.
Yeah.
And then supposedly the rumor is that he was killed by the mafia, but he really got away and came to New York or U.S. and died here as an old man while people thought he was
Is
dead.
that the same dude? Lucky Luciano? Same guy?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Oh, I thought that was the same.
Wait.
dude. Listen, as long as it's not like the Godfather, I'll watch it.
Holy shit.
Oh, this
Wow, we got to get back to it. I like the one that you watch though, that you always play. The not Jimmy Hoffa. I don't know why I keep fucking the Gotti one,
Black
the old
Mass?
one though, not John
Oh,
Travolta's
with
Gotti.
Asante over there.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one is nice.
That was the HBO special.
Yeah.
Not the one with John Travolta. That was
No,
trash.
that one was horrible. But the one that you watch, I actually like. I'll sit there and I'll be engaged. It's actually pretty nice
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch. But other than that,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean trash.
yes, you did. Don't backtrack.
Listen, since we're talking about films, top 10 ranked Italian films of all time by revenue.
By who?
Top 10 ranked Italian American films of all times by revenue.
By revenue. Okay, that's just why I was
By
asking.
revenue.
Number one, Godfather.
La Vita Bella.
It's La Vita Bella is one.
Roberto Benigni.
Godfather was two, actually.
Okay. Bronx Tales has to
Keep
be top
going.
5.
Bronx Tale is not on here.
Damn. Oh yeah, well, because when they first came out, everyone didn't really take it seriously.
Well, 1, 2, and 3 is 2, 3, and 4. Godfather 1, 2, and 3.
All right,
you
so
have
what's
Life
5?
is Beautiful, Godfather, Godfather, Godfather. 5 is My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually not
Oh,
surprised.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bronx Tale is on here. Bronx Tale 6. So we got 4 more left. 7, 8, and 9.
Well,
and 10.
you definitely need obviously Goodfellas. You definitely need
Casino.
Casino. You definitely need
Casino is 7.
And then Goodfellas is what, 9?
Goodfellas not on here.
What? You want to check your list
Goodfellas
again
is
because
not
you
on
already
here.
fucked up
What?
once.
Refresh that list.
There's 3 more.
Refresh it. Maybe the Godfather disappeared and go.
Yeah, it's still going.
Donnie Brasco, Sopranos, and Irishman was the last 3.
I figured the Irishman
Which
because
I
that
didn't
did
really like Irishman that much either.
no, it was okay.
Comparing it to the rest of it.
Yeah, it's a Scorsese
Actually,
film.
Godfather should have been 10.
Here we go,
Irishman, I would have threw up a 3.
bro. You see this? You see this right now? How are you not yelling at? You yell at me for all types of shit. You don't say nothing to him?
I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, okay, good.
The Irishman was like kind of like dead in the middle of the movie too.
It was a slow track,
Yeah.
but I think they had a bigger message to put across on that.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay.
You gotta appreciate the movie. You know why I appreciated it? Almost half that thing was filmed in Ridgewood, Queens.
That's all it takes, people. You could
So the
record
fact-
a dog
the-
taking a
the
shit
fact
in
that-
Ridgewood. He'll love it because
The
he'll
fact that
appreciate
you
it.
see and you know the neighborhood and you see the actors there, it gave me like, oh wow, that's pretty cool.
But that's what does it for you,
No, but I appreciated it more.
Fra.
All right. If it wasn't filmed in Ridgewood, Frank, what do you think of the movie?
I thought the movie was cool because It kind of went back to Jimmy Hoffa. The story was more about Robert De Niro, about the Irishman who was the painter. You know, and then the actors I appreciate Bobby Valentino,
Right.
Bobby Cannavale. I think Ray Romano did a great job on it.
I was surprised with Ray though.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
was actually surprised they got
that's-
him.
That stupid small stuff. Now, did I appreciate the fact that I felt like a lot of the stuff Robert De Niro and Al Pacino were trying to do, they were too old for it? Like the fighting scene, you know, they're in the
Yes.
80s. And that making them look young.
But still, they moved like older
With
people.
Joe Pesci, they look like older people, like, you know, it was cool to see that. It was cool to when they made him really young. I was like, holy shit.
They brought him back.
Yeah, you know, but
You still moved the way you're
it
aged.
was a cool watch. Was it the greatest mafia movie? No. It was a cool
Right.
watch.
Okay. No, you
I
can
can only
appreciate that.
think of like 2 or 3 young actors that I can see doing mafia movies growing up. But I feel like when the Al Pacinos and the De Niros and all them go, I don't know if we're gonna have like another group of people making films the way they did.
Yeah, we discussed that.
It's
once
going to be
before.
hard. That'll be hard to replace.
It'll be a bunch of AIs.
I'm okay with it as long as it looks good.
I got something for you two guys because I probably think me and Anthony would relate to this. I don't know if you two remember it.
What?
Back then when we used to grow up, when we grew up, going to the airport when someone came from Italy was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, someone's coming. Like, we got to the airport hours early, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there used to be like, I remember, my grandmother and from my dad's side used to come. There was this, I don't know, we went to Alitalia area. They had this whole thing, had glass on it. We were standing wait, people come out. It was like you were waiting for
Everybody had the signs.
everybody signs pumping
Yeah.
on the glass, right? It was
Everybody crying.
yeah, everybody crying, or the kids would jump the fence, and
Yeah.
how much has changed today? Why did that change? Like, is it more common now?
Now nobody wants to go to the airport.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what
Yeah.
changed?
Yeah, now we just wait for the loser in the house to go get somebody in the airport.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, going to the airport was such a big deal.
So-
we got ready, we got dressed up.
I just think the airport's a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to go.
No,
Who's
no,
going to take
it
their
was a
whole family
family
to the
event.
airport?
Ashbe, why was it a pain in the ass? Okay. Before, you used to be able to just drive up, park your car, no problem. You stay there. There's nobody in front going, you have to go, you can't park. And parking wasn't $5 million. It used to be like you could just go like you would a bus terminal.
No, but wait a second. Sorry. Okay, but
Go ahead.
you guys lived here in the area.
Yes.
Okay, so for you to go to JFK or any other near Newark,
Yeah.
or LaGuardia, it's pretty close.
Sure.
Okay, I used to live in Pennsylvania, so when I had to go pick up somebody or drop somebody off at the airport, it was at least a 4-hour ride.
See, ci colpe tu. Because you said I'm going to go to Pennsylvania.
Okay,
On
no,
the bed.
Pace mamma, no you.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
But
So it was
I
it was
hear.
a big thing.
I no, I understand that. I
It
got
was
that.
a family trip.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be like 2 people going to pick up 5-6 people. It was like 20 people going.
Yeah, busloads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember that or no?
No, I do.
I do, but I could also understand why we don't anymore.
Right.
But why? What changed? The plane still arrives and goes.
Bro, I don't even want to see a plane. I'm not going to the
I don't
airport.
even want my family coming. Like, I don't think you understood at this point. No, it's different. Like, when you used to be able to drop people off, right? You used to go into the airport with them, right or wrong.
Say
Up to
goodbye
security.
inside, yeah.
You used to walk them up to the freaking terminal and sit there with them until they went into that plane.
Yeah, I'm not-
9/11 happened,
I'm not
and that all
talking
got
about
cut.
that.
That was one portion.
It was before 9/11 that you couldn't go back.
No, before 9/11 you could do that. They had no problem with you getting in. Because again, they treated it more like a bus terminal. You could just go in, no problem. Ever since 9/11, now it's like, nope, drop off. Once they go past security, you need a ticket, you need to show that you're flying. That's over with. That's just drop off. You're specifically talking about picking up. Now, my question to you is, I understand that you guys, it was a whole family thing, but like, ma piccioli o che deja to pick up 2 people. That's my point. Why was that? Were they not going to show up at the house at the end of the trip? I don't get it.
It was to share the emotion of that person.
I can't
coming.
cry at home. I have to cry at the airport.
Yes, you have to show it.
Eu non lo capive.
Yes.
Okay, so if I don't cry at the airport, I don't love you.
No.
Here's my take.
You're weird.
How am I weird? Gee, am I weird?
Bro,
Well,
I've
he
been
thinks
laughing.
we're
Your feet
weird
touch the-
because
Do
we
your
did
feet
it-
touch the floor?
Huh?
Marco's feet touch the floor. I'm
Nope.
not laughing at nothing.
No, he
Nope.
lives his
I'm
life.
over here like this. I'm just swinging. I'm just swinging around, bro.
I wonder how it is living your life just.
Dude,
swinging
I
feet
tell
all day.
him I'm coming to get to his house. He doesn't even want to pick me up at the airport, and he's an hour and a half away.
So
Bro, he told me he was coming. I forgot he was coming.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
He hit me up that morning. He was like, bro, I land at 8. I'm like, where?
Good luck. You know how much that cab ride's gonna cost you?
you know what's another memory from the airports that was back then?
What?
Certain chairs where you sat had TVs. You remember the little TVs?
They all do now. They all have them.
Back then, only select.
Oh, right.
It was those little mini ones.
Remember they had the phone that you could actually make a phone call.
Oh, collect call.
Well, it doesn't matter. You had to swipe your card. You swipe your card and you can make a phone call from the plane. They don't have that
Oh, the
anymore.
ones who in the back of the seat. Of the
Yeah,
planes.
yeah, they don't have that anymore. Now I hop onto their Wi-Fi. They say don't make calls, and then black box is saying me messaging people, and that's it.
you could message people.
But they don't want you to.
No, you can't speak to them. I message all the whole way.
Oh, do you really? Yeah. Oh, I thought they said that we're not allowed to use that to send text messages and stuff.
Calls.
Oh, okay. I just like to put numbers like their coordinates and scare the shit out of TSA.
Galera vai finir aqui.
72 longitude.
Porto una luciadura in Belen.
Nah, but things are different. I understand the familial thing. Yes, we should all get together. We all pick up that person and we're all gonna go back to the same spot. We're all there. I missed you. We don't need 50 of us to pick up 2 people. It's just,
Look, for me, it was something. I guess
Yes.
I grew up to learn to like.
yes.
It was fun,
Yes.
you know. And then you had these monster suitcases,
Oh my God.
right? And when they open, I don't know how they fit everything in there.
And there
And
was
it always
And then
smelled
when
like
they come,
oregano.
they just take out a bunch of cheese, a bunch of bread,
All
a
full
bunch
of
of
caciocavallo.
chocolates. Chissà de deputata. Chissà de no. It's like you're dispersing all the food that.
Yeah, but there's no
traveled
reason
with.
to do that anymore because now we just go to the FedEx out there, we ship it before we get here, and it's here before we even arrive.
Dude,
No, I still think definitely people check food on your way back.
I
from-
remember the
Definitely.
Yeah?
I remember the gum they
Yeah,
used to bring
dude, I
from
don't-
over there.
Gum?
Yeah, I don't know. They used to bring a bunch of candy.
Really?
You know,
Okay.
even pacifiers. Like I remember, when we kids, but for some reason, their gum,
How about the knives?
the knives.
Yeah, but now we could buy them here.
Well,
It
yeah.
kind of loses the wonder of it. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, now I could just buy them.
Remember the gum with 2 bites? Fini was up with it.
Get juicy fruit. Remember juicy
Oh,
fruit?
God.
That used to be like it used to last all 10 seconds. It was the best flavor of your life.
Well, you only paid 35 cents for the
do-
pack.
Do they have candies? I mean, I'm sure they do.
Like
but
Italian candy?
It's been
course
so
they
long,
got-
yeah, that we don't sell here anymore.
Yes.
Or are we pretty much accessible to everything over there?
There's a lot of things that we don't have that they have, and vice versa. Like I don't think they have
Like,
peanut
that's
butter.
the guy I'm talking to.
They don't
over
have,
there.
no. So they don't have peanut butter. They don't have Oreos. They don't have
Wrong.
Pop-Tart.
Wrong.
They have them now?
They have everything.
Really? Because
They
my
have
cousins
barbecue
always ask for the stuff.
They have ranch. They have everything. They have Chips Ahoy.
So how long ago was that? Because
Oh,
my
yeah, it's called
cousin,
Chips Antoninos.
my cousin used to literally call my dad and say, before you come, I want you to bring. My dad used to pack a suitcase with like 4 packs of Oreos because they said and peanut butter. They said they didn't have this stuff. Is this recent?
I think it passed like 2-3 years.
Because why? They don't want junk food coming in from other places. Because remember, everything is non-GMO. They don't want these altered stuff,
Right,
no
right.
preservatives. So they were really hard on it. I'm guessing they're loosening the belt on that a little bit with this stuff. Because an Oreo is not a part of the nutritional tree. Let's just
No,
be
it's not.
honest. So for them to pass it through and that they're selling it there,
Yeah.
it's got to be something. They got to.
Here's
They
my
have to
question.
change the
So,
recipe.
apparently everything there is way more healthy than the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you go down our cereal aisle, it's ridiculous, right? And then
Yeah.
you go over there, and they're very limited to the things that they think they should eat.
Right.
That's
Right.
healthy for you. So their brand of, let's just say Oreos, is it same exact ingredients, nutrition as our?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's
No,
different.
right? I didn't think so.
It was something that they replaced. Like I know that there's like a dye instead of red dye 40, they use carrot, like carrot juice or something like that, or beet juice to replace that red dye 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one thing that I know just as a fact that
Yeah.
as far as changing certain ingredients to
Like
do
even
certain
gummy
things.
bears. Like
Yeah.
here they're so unhealthy,
Oh yeah.
but over there they're
They're
good.
not that bad.
No.
Over
I
there,
mean, still sugar, but
Yeah.
it's not like, hey, guess what you're growing in your stomach, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
the gummy bears over there growing the fig trees.
Yeah, nephew, what do you
You know, Figueroa.
Here's another topic I got for you because it actually came up today, and I guess it's common, but the way they told us something, you'd be surprised how many people actually steal things from a restaurant to take home.
Right.
So the way they
What do you mean,
told
like
us,
the fork and knives? Like,
Well,
Forks, knives, taco stands, anything you could think of.
Salt, pepper shakers.
Yeah, the whole nine.
yeah, napkins like
bread.
you don't have them home. But he said over there, people were taking the knives.
Yeah, there was one lady that was taking the oil and vinegar containers, the salt, pepper shaker, knives, napkins. What else did he say? He said something else. That was literally the whole table.
Why?
Some people like stealing. It gives them a rush.
Is that why I hear someone laughing behind me?
No, it happens. Listen, it happens. You know, you see something nice, you don't know, it goes in your pocketbook, and you walk out. I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying.
Well, that's like going to a hotel and taking that shampoo
Exactly.
and the
When you go to the hotel, what do? You take the towels, you take the TV, maybe a chair,
The TV,
Yeah.
the mini fridge.
the mini fridge.
Well, no, but you got to leave the stuff out.
I take the bed.
Put the little
The
inside.
mattress I got in my trunk.
Mattresses, yeah, you just stack it out, bro. But that's what it is. People just, they have this thing where there's like a rush. Or maybe they're just thinking, you know what? I don't have any good steak knives. There's a good steak. I'm going to just pocket this one and that one.
Well, I know someone that has a ton of them from a specific place.
Yeah.
And they're nice.
I'm not going to sit here and say they're
Come
not.
on.
Dude, you're trying to fight human nature, bro. That's what people do. Why was it that when I was a kid, before I went to church, I went to 7-Eleven and stole candy? Why did I do it? I had the money. I just did it anyway.
Yeah, my God.
on.
Like, I always tease my wife. I love you, man. It's like every time we go to a restaurant and say, hey, you want these to go? Yes. So the guy brings 4 tin cans for
Yeah.
plastic and whatever.
3 for food, 1 for
I
utensils.
only need one thing for food. She goes, triple them up. Okay. Triple them up. We need to take them home.
That's supplies. That's nothing.
I've taken one of those taco stands before. I deserve it. I mean, if I'm gonna blow $30 on the tacos, I'm taking the fucking stand.
Yeah. First of all, this taco must have costed you $5. I'm taking that $25 taco stand.
Well, also another thing is you
Yeah.
can't gift knives, right? That's bad luck. So people just fucking. Take
Well,
it.
you can, but
They're not
there's-
gonna gift it to me. I'm gonna just take it.
No. You can gift the knives, but there's a loophole. You have to put like $1 with it, or they have to tell the guy, give me $1 before I give you this gift.
Yeah. So here, I'm gonna give you $1. I'm stealing your knives.
That's what the tip's for. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
See? You look hard enough, you'll find it.
Well, I took that table. You guys didn't see?
Yeah, right.
So another one I want to bring up because I think it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Why do Italians feel that talking loud?
I can't take this guy serious the way he sits like that.
Why? Because my
at him.
swinging
It's
feet?
fucking.
What do you want me to do, bro? My feet
Just
don't
looks
reach.
hilarious from
What do you
up
want
here.
me to do? I'm like a swinging Victorino over here.
I'm sorry, Francuccio. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nothing, I was just gonna say how Italians are just so loud. Some people may mistake them as screaming. Why is that?
Because we want to be heard, and we think that the louder we are, the more right we are.
Does that happen in your family too, Anthony?
Yep, all the time.
Is there a difference if I spoke like this or talk like this?
Telling you, man, because they want to be. It's a matter of wanting to be right, and apparently, the louder you are, the more right you
No,
are.
there's no argument to be right.
It's not an argument. We're not having an argument.
That's why we're always arguing.
Or if you notice, for some reason,
Yeah.
a person is louder when they're calling someone on the phone fiddly.
Sushi.
Like, why? Am I wrong?
It's like 6 a.m. I'm like, wow, shut the fuck up.
Like, remember those days? G, like
Couldn't stand it,
you
bro.
just heard my grandma from downstairs. You used to hear him upstairs.
Bro, my father would get the house phone. He would make the phone call in his bedroom, go in the house, up the back, in the front, walk all the way around and say, "Caccia toronna." And I'd be like, dude, you kidding me? And it would be loud as shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, just because Italy hears you fine.
Right.
Just talk normal. Nope.
I just think we're passionate.
We
think
are.
It's all passion.
We
When
are.
are we loud? When we're trying to talk to each other about something we're bickering about. When we're playing cards, really, that's it. And I just think it gets over exaggerated. I think it's just one of those stereotypes that Italians are loud.
But remember, behind every stereotype is about 10% of truth. So
In this case,
Yeah,
90%.
no, I didn't say.
just saying. We're not yelling now because we'll damage the mics, but
Yeah.
it could get pretty loud in here if we wanted it to.
Yeah, don't swing your feet and bang my mic.
I love this chair.
So, Anthony, with all these great things that you've been importing from Sicily, do you have anything different or new coming soon?
Well, yes, we have some brioche coming from Sicily.
Brioche buns?
Brioche bread, yes.
Does it already come with Nicola in them? Or you
Brioche
gotta-
cotuppo.
Kutupo.
Wait,
Cotuppo.
I'm sorry, what's your
Kutapo.
Cotuppo. It's called the cotuppo.
What the hell is that?
It means that has a little ball of dough on top.
Uh-huh.
It's called tuppo, which means top.
Ah.
Yep.
What do you do with that?
Tupo.
So the real application for a brioche is to put gelato inside.
Right.
So, but you can do it with anything: Nutella, cannoli cream, panna.
For me, it's always lemone e
Granita.
fragola.
Fragola.
Hell yeah, lemon and
Fragola.
strawberry.
Nicola. Nicola.
Is that a
Nicola,
weird
bro.
combo? Have you not seen that?
Limone fragola,
Yeah.
very common.
There you go.
Very common.
There you go. Don't think I'm freaking crazy.
Fucking side are you on? What's going on over here?
Bro, have you ever had it?
You have the people that like nocciola and cioccolato,
Yes.
Oh, Nicola Limone.
or nocciola and pistachio.
Nocciola limone.
Jay,
Nocciola limone.
Nicola limon is.
Get the
I
fuck outta
I
here.
just like Nicola.
dude,
I
I don't know
just
what,
like
I don't know what it
Nicola.
is. I've call me whatever. Put half Nicola, half lemon in the same
Bro,
bowl.
that's like having coffee and then drinking orange juice right after. It doesn't make any fucking
Look who's
sense.
talking.
Go ahead, what? Yeah.
Oh, you know what he had today?
What?
What do you have today?
What I had today?
He had a chicken salad sandwich.
Ah.
And as soon as he finished, he goes, "Ah, me faccio un caffè, si bagniamo la topane." How do you have coffee, milk, and
Upa-
cookies? But
No, I didn't dip the chicken salad in the coffee.
Oh, pare.
Soup on it.
bro,
Aspetta, pane era un chicken salad.
No, separate.
Oh,
might
okay.
as well he should have vibe together because he had a
Ma lo vide. But you're gonna have Nutrola with limone.
Yeah.
You're out of your mind, bro. Come on. Can you please?
It is a weird combination, but it's
Thank you.
But-
Thank you.
but-
You're the weird one. Stop it.
but it is a combination though.
It's not that
see- I can
weird.
see
I
it.
It
mean,
is
you have-
weird. You don't
you
put
have-
citrus
you
with
have-
hazelnut. What
All
the
right,
fuck is wrong
what about
with you?
with pistachio?
Huh?
What about pistachio?
With what?
In between, like pistachio ice
between
cream.
your legs.
Between what? Between which one? Between the lemon and the Nutrola, or Nutrola and pistachio?
No, would you do the pistachio
With
ice cream only?
Yeah, I could.
How do you get mad and talk like the same time? I don't understand. It was,
What are you talking about?
you were just about to eat my microphone.
Yeah, because you gave me un botte de sangue. That's why. Now I'm okay.
because I told you a combo you don't like.
No, I told you a combo that's fucking weird.
But chicken salad and coffee.
I didn't say it was at the same time. Just because you think it's
What
at
do
the
you
same,
mean at the same time?
I didn't dip it in the coffee.
It.
It's all going to the same place. Oh,
Exactly.
Like, what did your uncle say? Tutto lo stesso per tu sannisce, right?
Pulizia tutte cose.
Puzzi e tutte cose.
Per come già sa va a nascere.
Exactly. That's good though.
Tell them about my uncle's house.
Jesus Christ. We went to his house. We went to go say hi to him, just checking in, see what's going on. Havia a big pot, bro. But you walked in, you're like, okay, he's cooking verdura. But what?
Verdura?
I could.
I
But no,
thought
no,
he
no.
was cooking cats.
Ashbe.
Pizza.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know. Like, you couldn't put your finger on it. What kind of verdura this was? I'm curious. We all walk in there. I say, lift the pot lid. I want to see what the fuck he's. Bro, he lifts it up. Take the spoon. Ova, hot dog, verdura, and I go, Teo, the fuck? Ma che facciamo qua? Tutto lo stesso per tu, Savanation.
First he said, mangi delle bolle di pulizia tutte cose. Un sciavolo che c'ha si fa carino mi sta pulizzando tutte cose.
Because you smelt the eggs and the hot dog mixed with the verdura water and the,
Oh my.
tutto lo stesso, bro, all in the same pot. Se lo mangiamo.
Come sono mangiato?
A così. A sala, a così.
Wow.
Bro, I couldn't do it.
No.
I
Bro,
couldn't
could
do
we
it.
just
I
give
don't
the
know how
guy
he did it.
something? I mean, he just lost his wife. You know, that's not how he doesn't know. He just throws shit in the pot.
Come on.
He's not a
I'm glad you're
chef.
defending him. I'm glad. Thank you. You have love. I just I wouldn't. I couldn't do that.
I mean, it's disgusting. I'm not telling you it's not disgusting. But the guy doesn't cook.
When
so.
Enzo goes away, I just grab a pot and I throw every shit in there and boil it. That's it.
I want a little creamer in here,
Apples,
some
fucking
coffee.
bananas,
Apples, 3 different
peanut butter.
3 different kinds of pasta.
Recycled tires.
But that's usually how it is, man. It's funny. I miss those days. Those days were funny, bro. Messing with him, and talking with him, it was just funny days, bro.
You know what he gave me? Yeah, he ended up giving me the wine barrel.
Yes.
The manual wine barrel. Looks like a crate, goes in a circle. You know what I'm talking about?
Grandpa gave it to you.
And then you crank it and
Yeah.
it starts
Steel
coming out
wheels.
the bottom. It's real old school. But
It's got a
sitting
spout in the
here
front
and-
and the bottom of it.
Yes. a
yeah,
spout.
right in
yeah.
right in the
Sure,
bottom
with it.
Yeah,
on one side.
Yeah.
Real old school. Never used it. Thankfully my grandfather was still around. I want him to like show me before I don't have the chance to ever know how
So,
to use that thing.
one thing I got to experience was Grandpa making that. So you weren't even in the picture. We were too small. We were still living in Ridgewood. He would actually make that wine in the basement.
Mm.
In the basement. Yeah, the Stringia do it right in the middle of the basement, and tutte caixa de Regina, all separated with the grapes. The white ones were here, the red ones were here. I think it's for every 8 he put in one.
Oh,
Stringium, and then we took all the stuff, put it in another machine, and you grinded it, and the juice kept coming out. Then you put it back into the Stringiuta, we call it, and it was an all day process. Then he had this big barrel that he kept in the dark, in the back,
yeah.
that nobody
Yeah,
ever
because I had to stay
touched.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had
and
to
he
stay cool.
filled that thing. And I remember he used to go back there when company came, and it was literally like when you hear the noise here when you open it, whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
and you put a tube
Yeah.
in there, you cipher it out, a nice fresh bottle of wine, and brought it right upstairs.
Nice.
But here's the thing, like, we touched on this a little bit, not specifically about wine, about how people our generation, my generation, I know we're different, but people our generation, we're kind of losing touch doing that kind of stuff, like making sauce or making wine. Or I was talking a few weeks ago about gardening. We don't really garden anymore, like how no did and whatever. And ever since that conversation, actually, I started planting. I have some basil and some tomatoes. But anyway. That's another thing that I don't I don't even see people making wine anymore. I mean, you could just go down the block and grab a $4, $5, $6 bottle of wine.
This is convenient.
It just seems so much easier than, convenient.
No, now what I've seen is people are buying what do they call it, umusto already done,
yeah.
the liquid,
Yeah, and they throw it in.
and they just
But that's a
mix-
lazy way.
Yeah, they mix it
Just go buy the
themselves and
wine
let
at
it
that
sit and
point.
it's
I
wine.
never even heard about that. They're doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a new thing.
Oh, shit.
Actually, a friend of mine does it. A good friend of mine, Piero.
Oh, he's doing the
He already
fermenting?
buys the liquid.
What do you mean the liquid? Like the
Is that-
juice?
am I saying it right?
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he makes it. He's like he skips that whole.
This the process.
It comes out decent.
No, I'm sure.
It comes out decent though. I've tasted it. Not that he ever gave me a bottle, but it comes out decent.
No, instead. But what did he give you instead?
Sip.
No.
Oh, are you
Okay.
what?
The not Capricola. What did he give?
Capricola.
Capricola.
Yeah.
Huh. That's something he
The
makes.
the gabagoo.
The gabagoo. He gave you gabagoo.
Yeah, don't stop that.
But that's what I'm saying. At least he gave you something. Shit.
You know what I realized? I know we talked about how sometimes the words can be exaggerated or shortened. Why do they shorten it though? Like it's they say gabagool, but it's gabacola. Like they're leaving out
Capricola.
one letter, regot, instead of regota. Like why not just add the fucking letter at the end and actually say it right?
Are we having this I don't want to jump into this
No,
conversation
we
again.
talked about how weird they say it, but I was
I cried
thinking
for a
like
week.
all they're doing is shortening the word by one letter.
Again, this is stuff that they've heard. So think about it like this. Their grandparents' parents had to shorten it to make it understandable, and that's kind of like how they understood it and interpreted it.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
Thank
don't
you.
believe that.
You ever seen that movie that came out? That apparently the movie where the Crocs were discovered.
Oh, Idiocracy?
That's what's happening. Show him the shoe again.
Yeah, because the show actually, that's what made those shoes. Because they were trying to look for a really stupid pair of shoes, like for the wardrobe. They came out with that, and that actually took off, and people started buying them.
So whoever hasn't seen that,
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, it's basically
I
as the
never seen
world
it.
goes on,
You should see it. It's pretty funny.
people are just dumber.
They're getting dumber as the years go up. Yeah.
The electrolytes.
Electrolytes. The fuck.
That's what I kept saying in the movie.
Frank, have you personally yourself made wine or sauce?
No.
That's
Last-
something you want to
the
do
last
or
time I
to
did
learn
sauce-
before to carry that tradition on?
It's not easy, dude. My parents did it like twice.
No, I didn't say it was easy, but it was just so much more common.
You also had more people
we were younger.
I
involved.
When
don't
we
know what
were
it is.
younger.
I guess it's like I do like if tomorrow, Anthony said, "Hey, we're making sauce. Why don't you come over?" I'll probably will go join him.
Yeah.
But for me to wake up one morning and say, "Hey, we're making sauce this weekend," it's just not one of my priorities.
Well, first you need to get like Asha de la Pomerode first. You need to get that out squared
obviously,
away.
obviously.
So to do that, that's not
Like, the
easy.
last time I physically sat there and probably helped was again
Years ago.
with my grandmother here when we lived here.
Yeah.
I think that was the last time I physically did it.
The mason jars, baking them, cooling them
Mason
all,
jars,
it's too much,
I don't know
man.
if some people did or not did it. Like my grandmother used to.
My wife's family does it all the time.
Do
year.
they also
Really?
boil the jars when they're done to seal them?
Or do they bake them?
Depends.
My grandma used to boil them.
some
That was
people
such
do.
a process. Everybody get away from
I've
it.
seen that done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or they cover them with a blanket,
No light.
so they cool down a lot slower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how is it a can of sauce, a Stop and Shop, will expire in 6 months, but these cans of sauce made by our grandmas lived for 3 years and they're still good?
Depending on which one you eat, you may or may not get sick. So far, everyone's been pretty lucky. Just letting you know. Like, there's a really fast way to fuck up on that. You know what that is? When you do the sauce, right? You put a piece of basil.
Yeah.
When do you put the basil in?
At the end.
First.
Wrong. You put it in first.
First.
My parents, slipped their
My
mind.
grandma used to put it in the glass jar first. and the
Yes,
sauce
that's what I'm
on top.
saying. So my parents, by accident, they did all these jars of sauce. I guess they weren't thinking about it. They put the basil in last, and when they opened it up, what happened? Some mufau.
Yeah.
Why the basil stops that?
No, you stop the basil from a mufano because it's
buried.
covered, right?
Yeah.
So when you have it up on top, it's organic. It's
It preserves it.
boom. So then when they opened it up, they saw mufau on top. They couldn't eat it,
Yeah.
and it was just one little stupid mistake. The whole thing can go in the trash.
Huh.
Really? I know things.
Gee, you gonna try making sauce with grape or wine?
Probably sauce before. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do the wine, honestly, but if I wanted to do one thing, like I just started gardening, I mentioned before, but I definitely want to try upumororo. I want to make sauce.
You want to make sauce?
Yeah, but on a smaller scale. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend gasha and
Yeah, we're just gonna make 2 glasses.
for them. Yeah, I just you know what? I feel like if I'm gonna learn, I just kind of want to learn on like a small amount first. and
I
then
think that you need to
figure
have
it
a
out.
minimum. A minimum is like whatever could fill up the
why
barrel.
why do I have to minimum?
Because it's all about portions. If you don't portion it right and you don't know what you're doing, it's not gonna come out okay. Like I said, we're gonna do 2 glasses. No, it doesn't work that way,
Well,
bro.
you could do just for like dinner one night. You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good small
course.
scale.
Okay, so how would that go?
Can you walk me through
curious
it?
myself.
Okay, so you get the tomatoes, right? You wash them.
No, he's talking about. Are we talking about wine or sauce?
Sauce.
The
Sauce.
Sauce. Oh, okay, never mind.
Sauce.
I thought he was talking about wine.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. That's why I said 2 glasses. I thought he meant the wine. I'm like, yeah, you're just gonna a handful of Regina, squeeze it, and that's it. No, you can't do that.
No.
You need a gosh.
So walk me through a small scale of it then.
Get the sauce, the tomatoes. You wash them, boil them, and then you cut them and cook them, and then you pass them to the Basabumaroro, the manual one,
the food mill.
the full mill. And then you cook the sauce with your ingredients, the onions, garlic, whatever you use.
How long?
Yeah, but that's like, but you're talking about getting a whole tomato, like a Roma tomato, right? Like you
Yeah.
get like 3, 4 of them, however many you need, and then you would do the process that way, kind of like, because we do like
Salsa fresca.
so like how we do like how I do it with the cherry tomatoes, like how he likes doing it now, something like that, where it would work in the same process. But you would boil off the skin, right? Like you would boil the tomato, then take the skin off of it.
No, you
then cut
you
it
don't need
off?
to because you're
Grind
gonna
it.
do with the.
Yeah, but you don't
The
do that
mill.
afterwards. You don't grind. You don't food mill it after.
After you cook it.
That's right. So I'm saying you're cooking it with its skin
With
and
the skin,
everything.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. And then you take it out, you de-skin it, then you put it in the food mill, process it,
No,
then
you
cook it.
don't need to de-skin it.
No, you don't do
You
that?
put it in the food mill without the
With the
skin.
skin.
With the skin.
Okay.
The skin will stay on top.
Right.
Yes.
Right, because it's getting squashed, basically.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So
it's
then-
boil
so that-
first, food mill, then into pot to cook.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
And how long does it take you to cook sauce?
About half an hour, 45 minutes.
Boom, motherfucker.
Boom, what?
What?
What's your problem?
Takes me 30. Everybody's making fun of me 2 episodes ago. It took.
I said 20 minutes. I said 20 minutes is no good. I said 45 minutes to an hour I would normally do a regular. And if it has meat,
We both
he
do it
said
for-
45 minutes.
He said half hour first.
Was it half hour, 45 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. That's it. Finished.
It needs to reduce.
How did he just flip it on me?
That's what happens. I wasn't going to say nothing, but you threw it out. Now I have to check.
You guys have some sort of personal agenda going on here.
Yeah. Because the problem. I'm going to tell you what it is. He wants me to be wrong. And it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And it upsets him.
He says sauce should be cooked for an hour plus.
No, I said 45
I
minutes
said-
to an
I
hour
said
for
we could get
regular.
we could get sauce cooked between 20 and 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't do it 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
I think it's ridiculous someone's cooking sauce for 14 hours.
Did I say 14? I don't think I said 14. I think I heard myself
Isso
quite
não
wrong.
escorga, no. I losa.
Oh, it tastes different when it cooks. All right. So when you do it with the meat and you have it on there for 2
I'm
hours,
saying
2.5
meat.
hours.
I'm just saying sauce.
Sauce hour. I do an hour. Low.
You know what?
Low.
Here's a food question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
When you're doing asasagu, let's say potato, sausage,
Yeah.
meatballs. Let's say meatballs.
Yeah.
Meatballs. I know people doing it both ways. Meatball are getting thrown into the sauce cruda, and meatball already fried and then thrown
Yes.
in.
I
What's
could
the
do
right
it either
way?
way.
Both ways
I
is
do
good.
it either way.
Both ways is good.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Definitely.
when
But
you,
I'm
when you-
assuming you're gonna have to cook it way longer if it's going in cruda.
Look,
No, not
I
necessarily.
honestly, maybe because I was raised that way.
Sure.
I think the texture of a meatball is good either way, right? My wife even bakes and puts in the sauce.
Yes.
But I also enjoy because my grandma used to fry them
Yes. Where the outside's crispy.
and then throw in the sauce.
Yes, that's good too.
It just gave a different flavor.
Yes, because also when you're frying them, the fats are coming out of it. Like that's the only
It made,
reason.
it made a natural salt.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason why I like throwing it in raw versus baking and frying first is because when you're rendering the fat out, because that's essentially what you're doing. You're rendering the fat out. But answer this: the fat. What's in the fat? Flavor.
Flavor.
You're essentially taking that out before you throw it in. That's why more times out of like 5 times out of 10, I'll just throw it in raw and I'll let it cook for that while because eventually the temperature from the sauce will cook the meat from the inside. No problem. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But I like that because that's where you're getting your flavor from. Now, do I still bake them and throw them in? Yes. Will I still fry them and throw them in? Yes. Because like you said, texture. So when you don't fry them or bake them and then you take the meatball out, they're soft. Through and through. Same consistency. There's no crunch. There's nothing. And that sometimes hits the spot more than you would bake or fry.
But it's a personal preference because
Absolutely.
when you don't cook the meatballs and you put them in raw,
Yes.
also the meatball absorbs the sauce as well,
Yes.
so you get that flavor into the meatball as well.
And everybody gets some
It's
of that.
they complement each other.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
But they're good fried or baked. Either way,
Yes.
it's delicious.
But I'm going to bring this up now. Might as well. So I'm getting surgery done soon. So all this food talk is going to have to stop.
So no more patata pizza for you.
So why are the legs coming off?
I don't give a shit about walking anymore.
So,
Nah,
so
let's be real for a second.
You've been
When-
on this
when-
journey, right? And I know you've been because it's a problem a lot of common people may
Yes,
have, right?
yeah.
So now you've made a big decision on changing your lifestyle.
Yeah.
His gender.
Bro,
So what we want to know, like, are you gonna keep the name Marcus or are you gonna go to Maria?
it's going to be Sarafina.
Sarafina.
So I'm going in to get a gastric sleeve done. I've been working on this since October. It's a heavy process. You have to talk with a therapist to make sure you're not going to kill yourself if you can't eat, because there are a few people who have actually tried.
But does that make sense? Like, you got to talk to a therapist
It's
don't
about
you, Don't you need
understanding.
it afterwards?
It's about understanding what you're going into. Think about it like this: how many people you know have a remorse after doing something because they didn't think it through all the way? That's what this is.
but
That's
you,
to stop.
You just
that.
use the words. Again, I'm just picking.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You might yourself.
Yes,
Right,
depending on what how
People
you
get
eat.
these thoughts, but why would you before the surgery? Wouldn't you maybe get those thoughts after the surgery when chemically you're unbalanced temporarily?
A lot of the times, so I know a bunch of people
Make sense?
who no, and this is where I'm gonna try to. There's a bunch of people who I know who got this done. First thing they told me was this: first thought you're gonna have the minute you're done getting cut, and then you're in the recovery room and you have all the stuff, and they make you drink an ounce of water, then 2 ounces of water, then 3 ounces. The first thing you're gonna think is, what the fuck did I just do to myself? That's gonna be your first thought. And following that is going to have a bunch of other negative thoughts that support that. I fucked up my life. I cut my stomach up. I don't know what the hell I did. But then they said, when
I
you
can't have
accept,
porpete with salsa anymore.
bro, no, I can just later. The first week, it's all liquid. But the problem is the fact that you need to understand what you're getting into before you do it. When these chicks or whoever wants to get cosmetic surgery, they take out that fat buckle on their feet, on their face, and then they get this, that, and then they look like aliens when they're done. They kind of regret it, or at least some that I've heard, they regret it because they didn't really think about this. They just wanted to change the way they looked. And then bigger consequences come later. It's very important to know prior you doing this, that this lifestyle change, because it is a lifestyle change, it is a permanent one. It is a very dangerous one that you could be affected for the rest of your life. You need to understand the consequences. Once you understand that and you're sitting there going, I get what needs to happen, you accept it more and more. I think about it every day now, that I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get this done. And more as the days go on, I go, I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. I have a support system. I got people I could talk to. And it's just, it's one big bump in the road to go down to a smoother path. Yeah. I am unhealthy. I've accepted that. I'm not an emotional eater, but I'm a stagnant person. I eat at the wrong times. I eat the wrong things. I'm not a candy eater. I'm not a chip eater. That stuff, it doesn't exist in my house. But I have pasta. I have, full fat beef and pork and all this other stuff. And I eat at the wrong times. I don't exercise because I'm tired. But now I have a tool. This is not an end all. It's a tool. This is to help me lose the weight I need. So when I come out looking like a skeleton, that's what I want. It's not going to be an easy thing. First week, all liquid. Week 2 to 3, mush. And then eventually I go back onto food. And then even then, what is it? Less than 8 ounces. I have to be on protein shakes for my protein. I have to take a multivitamin every day, 1,200 units of calcium citrate to make sure that the multivitamin takes. It's a fucking process. It's a scary one. But I got to do something.
Yeah.
Here's the last question. You could or don't have to answer.
No, go ahead.
It could be personal.
Nah, it's all right.
What made you turn to this?
Oh, easy. A lot of it was, again, not an emotional eater, at least not anymore. Again, it was wrong time eating. I would eat, remember, we used to go out 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, eat like pigs, go to bed, wake up. I was getting fat. We were active, but not enough to combat the intake. My calorie intake was crazy. But then, of course, growing up, not to say that I didn't get enough hugs growing up, because clearly I didn't, but it was a support thing for myself. What made me happy was I had 10 minutes in my head to eat, and that was 10 minutes of me disconnecting to the reality, going into food, and just enjoying what I'm eating. That was my happiness. That's emotional eating. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. But still, it's shit I have to work out. It's a mental process.
Look, I think I speak for all when we say we wish you luck.
Yeah.
We love you.
Wish you the best.
Man. Thank you.
I had Anthony bring me 3 pounds of ricotta so I could feed it to
We're
you.
going to eat it now.
No, I'm going to feed it to you with a tube.
Oh, through the tube.
After.
Like an injection?
Yeah, after your surgery. This way.
That's for your second week after you have to.
And listen, honestly, man, the real thing is this. I should have loved myself more because I didn't before. And I gained a lot of weight, a lot of medical issues. Listen, I got type 2 diabetes. I'm 34 years old. I got somewhat of high blood pressure. I shouldn't be taking as much pills and medications as I am right now. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone once said, "You only have one body your entire life. You might as well take care of it."
Right. And then I always combat it. It's my body. I do what I want. and now here we are. So
Do you think Italians are the most unhealthiest eaters?
Italian Americans
Like
are
when I'm just talking like of a cuisine, like Italian
a
cuisine.
cuisine. So if we are to say cuisine, I think Italian Americans are unhealthy eaters. I think Italians themselves from the Mediterranean are not. That's my personal opinion.
I would agree to that.
Right? Because you know the difference between Italian American cuisine and just Italian cuisine.
Yes.
We've seen the dishes. They eat a lot of fish. They eat a lot of fresh vegetables, fruits. They have salad. They have their big meals in the
And
middle
also,
of
I
the
think
day.
we've brought up over and over again how the ingredients is different.
Oh yeah, everything here is
You can eat the
processed.
same things here and there, and you'll gain
Dude,
more weight here.
I've lost weight out there.
Yeah.
I would eat like a pig out there. Come back 15 pounds lighter, and I'm only out there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference, man.
Yeah.
Massive difference.
Definitely a difference.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Anthony, for joining us.
Yeah,
tonight.
man.
It
It's
Thank
fun.
you. Our pleasure.
was fun.
Pleasure.
Dinner was great.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
G,
Thanks,
I miss
fun.
you like always.
Love you, man.
Buonanotte.
I'll see you later, G.
Marcus,
Ciao.
good luck with everything.